Hey, what's going on, fellow hunters? Welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to make a quick video today because I get a lot of questions about how to use this Madrock safeguard. We'll go over a couple of things in this video, such as how to use this while saddle hunting and how to back it up if you'd like to do so. We'll also go over how to rappel with this to get the best, smoothest operation possible. So stick around. So the first thing that I see people struggle with when they're using their Madrock is getting it into the device the right direction. And you're gonna know real fast, because if you have this in the wrong way and you go to load it, it's gonna go ahead and just pull straight through and you're not gonna be able to put any weight on it at all. So kind of the way I always start. So start with the device in your left hand. You'll go ahead and you'll open it up. You'll see your climber on the left side and what looks like a brake hand on the right side. Go ahead and drape it over through the climber side, up around the bottom of the cam, and close the device. Once the device is closed, you can go ahead and run your carabiner through the front side and back around, and that way it's assembled and ready to go. So the way this Madrock works is, here's the working end of the rope. So when you place pressure on the working end of the rope, it causes this part to cam over and pinch this end, and that's what keeps it from sliding through the device. When you pull the lever on the back and you open it up, it straightens that cam back out, and that's what allows the rope to flow through the device. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw this on the tree. I'll bring you in real close. I'll kind of show you exactly how the Madrock works. We'll go over how I use it while saddle hunting and how to rappel and get the smoothest operation possible. So once you're up in the tree and you're in a hunting position, this is kind of how I would use this device. So the first thing I want to go through is just adjustment. So if you want to give yourself a little bit of room, there's a couple ways that you could do that. You could hold on at the tail end and pull the lever and let some of this rope out just a little bit. And then if you wanted to get closer to the tree, what you would want to do is pull yourself up and then pull the tail end of the Madrock. So it kind of works just like your ropeman or your Kong duck or anything like that. So one of the best ways that I found to kind of get a little bit of micro adjustment in the tree is to not even really use the lever at all. You can kind of grab the device and you can pull down on the cam and straighten it and just pull it out like that. So that's a lot easier way. It's a lot easier way to do a little bit of micro adjustment. It's just pull the cam and loosen it just like that. So I want to go over backing up the Madrock while in a tree. I personally don't back it up. I've never kind of felt a reason to do so. One thing that I do while in the tree is sometimes there's a little bit of this tail end of rope hanging around. So what I'll do is just tie like an overhand knot and I'll throw it in there. So that way if something were to happen, I'm not going to go very far. But that is against the way that Madrock recommends that you use the device. You're not supposed to have anything below the device so that it gets sucked up into the device and cause damage to it. So the way that they actually recommend that you back up the device, because during operation of this, you're never actually supposed to let go of the break end of the rope. So in order to back this up, so I personally don't back up the device, but if you wanted to, what you could do is take your hollow block and you would attach it down here on your carabiner and then cup up and around and then that way that will keep your device backed up. So if you were to start to slide, this should catch you and keep you from going anywhere. So as you can see, I've got my Madrock wide open and that hollow block kept me from going anywhere. So when you're rappelling, there's a couple ways that you can accomplish this. One being with that same hollow block that we used earlier, and a carabiner clipped to a gear loop on the side. So you clip into that carabiner that's clipped into this gear loop on the side. You bring the tail end of the rope around, and then starting at the bottom, we'll work our way up and wrap it as many times as we can. And then bring the tail end of the rope back down and clip back into that carabiner. So what that'll do is that is now kind of your brake hand. So how this will work is you can open the Madrock and you will tend this in order to rappel. So as soon as you let go, you stop, and then you go ahead and pull on the front side. I'm using 2 fingers, just barely pressing this. And you can rappel down that way. Kind of the second way that you can do it is once you've thrown your rope down, I take the tail end of my rope and I pull it around behind my back. And then I use this to control the speed of my descent. So I go ahead and I open the Madrock, and then I just lower myself down. Now when it comes to smooth operation of the Madrock, what I've kind of found is that there's really no good way to kind of ease into it. What I do is I go ahead and I pull that rope behind my back, and then I just open the Madrock all the way. I'm pulling it all the way open, and then I just control my speed. If I want to stop, I just stop feeding rope, or I let go of the handle. And then one tip that I have as far as rappelling down the tree for you is to try to stay as much at this angle as possible. If you're trying to walk down the tree like this, it's a lot harder and you have a tendency to slip off and kind of go face first into the tree. If you keep your butt at a 90 like this, it's a lot easier, and you kind of just stand here. I'm exerting 0 effort. I'm just kind of hanging out. Go ahead and put that rope behind your back, hang on to it tight, don't let go of it. Ease that Madrock open and just feed your way out and rappel down. And that is how I use my Madrock. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to answer them and help you out. I'm also going to put a link to a couple other videos in the description box below that go over kind of the same thing I just went over. Sometimes hearing it from a couple different people or from a better view or better angle may give you a better idea of how this thing works. It's really not a hard device to master. It just takes a little bit of practice. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.